The global pandemic of 2020 created a food crisis like never before. In response, in March of 2020, a coalition of more than 45 nonprofits, health workers, educators, direct service providers, and citizens formed the Spokane County Food Security Coalition under the leadership of the Spokane Regional Health District. The mission was simple: to make rapid and affordable access to healthy food a reality for our most vulnerable citizens across Spokane County. From this coalition, a pilot program emerged for a new emergency food box delivery system involving 24 food and delivery partners, and flexible and scalable enough to meet the food needs of people who otherwise couldn't access food or were members of underserved, disadvantaged communities needing assistance.
It means a lot to us because we're retired. Oh, it always helps. I mean, it saves us going out to get it. And, you know, we're just blessed to have it.
Well, the question would be, so this will be the standard size box.
Mm-hmm.
So that way when we're talking about somebody asking to put 14 of them in their car, this is totally doable.
Right? The flexibility to have them so that people can use any personal vehicle on any given day is just wonderful. So we're so happy that Second Harvest was able to work with us to get that box poundage down to 10 pounds. So.
The process for receiving food is simple and starts when anyone needing food assistance calls 211 on their phone or visits the special mobility website, clicks on food deliveries, and fills out a food box delivery request form. The next day, a 10-pound box of nutritious, non-perishable food prepared by Second Harvest is delivered to a distribution site where volunteers pick up the day's requested boxes and, using information supplied both in writing and on a smartphone app, deliver the food boxes to the appropriate address.
Hello. Hello. All right, food box day.
So we're doing another round of deliveries today with a partnership through a shared program coordinated by Special Mobility Services. And this is a pilot to explore really how much food is needed in the community. Today we'll be delivering 75 boxes of food, and these are going to be going through our community health worker network in coordination with the Zone Project.
Today we are going out to deliver some food boxes to some of the residents in the area. And this is a program or a pilot that SMS1 kickstarted for the month of December to help families get more food deliveries to their homes, those who can't come to the food drives or the food markets. We have community health workers going out and making these deliveries to these families. Well, this is important because these are meant for families who have no transportation or are limited in their transportation, so they can't make it to all the food drives going on in their area and all the food markets and mobile markets. So we deliver directly to their house, and this really helps the family, put food on the table for their families. The reason we have community health workers doing the deliveries are because most of them are cultural connectors, so a lot of them speak, Marshallese or Arabic or Spanish, and this really helps those communities out there in Spokane who have that language barrier and don't understand or comprehend, English and what resources are out there. So the community health workers takes the food to them, speaks to the families, asks them if they're needing anything else, and just building that relationship with the family, which is extremely important, especially nowadays when families need more help than usual. There we go. So the family we're going to see is a family, it's a big family of 5, and it's a single mom and a grandmother. And the mom is legally blind, so she cannot drive, and the grandmother is very sick and she cannot drive. So what we do by bringing these deliveries to them, it really helps them get food on the table for their 5 children. And we are helping with other resources as needed, and I go visit them as much as I can. But these food boxes have really been heaven sent for them, and they are just so grateful to be receiving them. And you will see once you meet them that it really is helping their household immensely during these COVID times. So the amount of families that we are currently working with, we are delivering just the zone. We are delivering to 20 families a week, and that is 10 Marshallese families and 10 English-speaking families that live in the area.
This kind of food delivery is very important to me and my family. I have custody of 3 of my grandchildren right now, and then my daughter and her other son live with us that just had brain surgery. And I am recently disabled and have to accept Social Security. And then I have 2 disabled grandchildren also on disability. So this is very important to us because we're just not making it this year at all. Not at all. And anything helps, absolutely. I don't care if it's a can of soup or a bag of top ramen. I don't care. Anything helps right now.
So I've met a lot of families just within the last week who need housing assistance and that are homeless. So a lot of them are living with family members. So there might be 15 people living in a 2-bedroom house. And a lot of them reached out to shelters, but all the shelters in Spokane are full right now. So they have no place to go. So they look, for family or friends that can help them. But it's pretty much a temporary thing. They can't, stay there throughout the whole year or anything. So they need somewhere quick. So these families, we're also delivering food to them just because they need that food resource as well. And it's just been very hard because we don't know what to do regarding the housing crisis problem in Spokane and all the shelters being filled up and people having nowhere to turn to sleep. And this includes children as well. So yeah, it's just been very difficult. This is a box of fresh produce, and then this is full of canned goods. But in there you've got veggies, I think milk, things like that. So hopefully that helps you this week. And then this is Maurice. He's doing a documentary about these food deliveries. We just interviewed 2 families and he was interviewing me. So if it's okay with you, can he ask you a few questions?
Talk to me about how important food deliveries like this are to you right now and why. Just kind of tell me the story.
Well, we're on Social Security. So like I was telling Stevie, with Social Security, they count dollar for dollar. They don't give you any breaks or anything. So with like food stamps, I get $47 because I have custody of a couple of my grandchildren, and they get the $47 in food stamps to help feed my family. And with as many of there is here, I mean, it doesn't go very far. And so being able to get these types of help really helps ensure that my family gets to eat. It really does. I get WIC, and so that helps bring in milk and cheese and cereal for the littles, but the food doesn't go very far, and so I have to spend Social Security money to pay for food and to bring food into the house and to ensure that, all of my children, including the grandchildren, get to eat. So these programs are very, very important to people like us. Yeah.
Tell me about your year. This has been a crazy year for everybody. Tell me what this year has been like for you and your family.
Well, let's start off by saying that I've had 7 deaths in our family this year, so it's been very rough. And then you add COVID and the kids not being able to go to school, which in turn puts more hardships on the family. I have some special needs children, so not having the consistency and the stability and the same patterns day after day after day have really been really tough for my children, really tough. I'm seeing with like my son who is high functioning autistic, a lot of things that we have been able to get a little bit more normalized are coming back out. Shutdowns, fit throwings, running off. So I mean, everything combined, you know, COVID, food insecurities, the deaths, everything combined has really been very tough for my family, very tough this year.
Well, I hope these food boxes at least make a small difference.
They do. They really do. Seth can go in that kitchen and he can cook pretty much anything. Carrie, on the other hand, she is afraid of the stove. She's afraid of the oven. Can't get her to use a knife properly, so we just continue to try every couple of months. But Seth, I mean, he can make some pretty amazing things with the things that are in those boxes, you know, and he loves to cook. So, I mean, it gives me a break once in a while. And with so many mouths to feed, I mean, it really stretches that for us.
This emerging program was created around 4 basic goals. First, to create a new, centralized and coordinated next-day delivery system of emergency food. Second, to expand emergency food delivery to at-risk households. Third, to create a system for greater collaboration among food partners to meet food needs quickly and efficiently. Fourth, to expand the number of outreach meals provided to unsheltered homeless individuals. We believe it's time for us as a community to come together and meaningfully address the issue of food security by creating an inclusive and connected food security network. We believe with better coordination of resources and fearless compassion toward those in need, we can feed everyone in our community who needs food assistance.